Hey, Crown Content Publications followers, viewers, and supporters. Thank you for tuning in to another lively segment with the Crown Content Publication Services family. We're publishing and marketing meet, of course. If you're interested in learning more about the way we've been servicing authors and freelancers in 2022, you're going to need to visit my website, www.contentcrownpublications.com. Okay, so this segment is kind of a day behind because if you follow me on TikTok, I did record a segment where I practically was promoting the fact that I would get on here and cover such a topic. Okay, this topic may shun people away from my channel. It may change their whole perception about me in general, but who cares, right? Because when it comes to business tips, facts, and news you can use, my job is to share that and not keep, not spare people's feelings, okay? Because usually the things that I cover on this channel are very well needed to be said, okay? And then a part of the reason that I became an author is so I could use my freedom of speech and talk about things that, are kind of like shunned in society, okay? So if you saw the title of this segment, it said marriage and business, but I didn't put the N in there as in like marriage and business or marriage and business. I put it in there because it's not just marriage we're going to be discussing. It's going to be business, of course, okay? So you're probably wondering, how can this young lady, what can she tell us about marriage? I can tell you a thing or two because I've been married before, okay? Regardless of if my experiences were positive or negative, I learned a thing or two, especially when it comes to marriage and the business side. So I was talking to many of women along my path of life, which I'm not very old yet, okay? But I've heard the stories of many, many women. Some of these women were bitter. Some of these women were not, okay? The fact is, too many are giving up their dreams, their hopes, their inspirations in life just to settle for the title of becoming a wife. You see, some of you ladies' ultimate goal in life is only to become a wife because maybe you feel that without a man on your shoulder, hand, or arm, that you lack something in life. But we're about to talk about that. That's why on a lot of our segments, we do discuss the power of individuality, originality, and independence. These are three things any entrepreneur or freelancer is going to possess anything naturally. Because if they don't, then they just become another copycatter in the world who's always seeking the ideas of others to validate themselves. You didn't know the two tied hand in hand in business, did you? Well, they do. And if you don't have a sense of individuality, originality, and independence, you can grow old in life because that's what we do, but you'll never grow into seeing what all life may very well have for you. See, we have a lot of bitter people in the world, a lot of bitter people in business, a lot of bitter people in societies, organizations, because they feared their own sense of originality, independence, and individuality, okay? So marriage and business. Topic point number 1. Though I don't have the statistic rates in front of me, it is a very factual point of view I'm about to touch on here. That domestic violence, child abuse, and sex trafficking rates totally went up at the start and throughout the pandemic and are still rising. Why? Because people had no idea, it seems like, what to do with themselves when unexpected, unfortunate chains of events begin to happen. And that is unfortunate in itself because nobody should have had to turn around and go through cycles of abuse or any other criminal type of behavior because others could not find originality, individuality, and independence about themselves. So yeah, back on that. That's sad. That means there was definitely some envy, some hate, some jealousy, some deep rooted issues within the mindsets of people. Because see, even through the test of times, like pandemics, true colors are inevitable, but true colors should not have been abuse. Okay? Now, many people, you guys you hearted that TikTok that said I was about to come on here and talk about this, because you know that many women are being affected in business. They're being held back from their full potential. They're being held back from their very will and right to be working women, not just in this country, around the globe, because people cannot accept, and it's crazy, it's a new millennium. It's a new millennial, it's a new era, and people still cannot accept women having an independence about themselves, having individuality about themselves, having an originality about themselves, because the social norm tells us that women should just, practically, if they're not flapping their booties around and acting like y'all know what, something's weird about them, right? Women are more than thighs, breasts, and legs. This is, where do I start with this topic? The point, in fact, is when women are in abusive, narcissistic situations and relationships, because sometimes these relationships are low-key. They don't know that somebody's working behind the scenes to stop their every step of progress in life. But what I can tell women out there is you're better catching on to it sooner than later, because it just saves you a lot of tragic moments, setbacks, and errors. I was talking to a lady today, and practically what we discussed is that, if we could go back and do life all over again, a lot of us wouldn't have gotten married as soon and as quick as we did. I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. Yeah, because and I'm here to encourage some of you guys. Do not rush. I'm so glad I'm the mother of daughters, no sons at all, because see, we have to teach our younger generations that getting married is not the ultimate success. Making some man happy is not the ultimate success in life. I'd rather get on my channel and promote starting your own business, pushing your own anything, becoming the best version of you possible. And that's why we do these mental health check segments, because I'm tired of people walking around here playing like being a freelancer and an entrepreneur is just a life. It's not all peaches and cream every day. Some of these women are behind the scenes being held back from their fullest potential, like I said, by the very men that are supposed to love them, and that has to stop. Not just the men, families, women, if you're a man. Another thing that social norms told us is that the man absolutely has to be the provider. He absolutely has to make more money than his wife. He absolutely cannot be a stay-at-home dad. I know that we've already moved past those type of stigmas, but you still have the weirdos that try to make you feel bad about the way that you choose to live. Even amidst the pandemic, am I the only one that sees this? It's weird. Like, how can you try to keep somebody in a box when all of us are pretty much uncertain of how much longer on this very earth we have? You got third world countries literally testing nuclear missiles as we speak. I believe everybody deserves to, just in case they haven't lived their lives before this whole pandemic mess, live it now. Okay? Live it now. Do what makes you happy. Smile even when they frown upon you. And let them figure out what you have to smile about. Let them study. If that's how they want to spend their last days, judging you, studying you, investigating you, let them do that, because I wouldn't want to spend my last days doing that. It's retarded, clearly. Look at what's going on in the world. So anyways, Marriage itself is a business too. I mean, people hate, especially religious sects, they hate when you go there because they say that marriage is more of a spiritual union. And that might be true. But the fact is, just like in business, there's a contract that has to be signed. There's stipulations and guidelines that you're supposed to stick to after you sign this contract. And commit your whole life, your whole responsibility and accountability from the day you sign that marriage license and forward to the other party. Therefore, marriage is a business. Your finances begin to tie into each other. You begin to put your names together on documents. And in some states, your spouse doesn't have to be there. You can put their name on a record and literally get whatever it is you're trying to get within business credit or whatever it is you're trying to do without their signature. Why? Because you're the spouse. And let's not talk about how if you guys are on life insurance policies together and you've been separated for 10 years. If you die, the spouse is automatically entitled to everything to your name. And you think abusers don't know this stuff? And that's why I'm here to encourage you ladies. If you are in these type of situations, it's high time that you think about what it is you really want for your life. Because, see, you only get one, and then when that one is gone and you're still legally binded to a man who could care less about you, this goes for men too, this goes both ways, they're entitled to everything you worked hard for and had access to and had in your will. They're still entitled to it, even though you guys have not been together the past 10, 20 years. And there's no guarantee that they're even going to pay for your funeral or show up. I'm not here to discourage anybody's marriage. I'm here to make you think about whether you're in, first of all, the right commitment for you. Second of all, does this commitment respect, support, and do anything for your business? That's why I say a lot of y'all are getting married before you even know who you're potentially going to be in life. And then, as you grow in this marriage, are you with the type of spouse that can grow with you, that can respect your growth, that can support your growth? Somebody tried to tell me the other day, well, there are lots of successful marriages and relationships out here. That's great. But if that was so true, the statistical percentage rates, once again, of domestic violence, divorce, and child abuse would not be what they are. So, yeah, I mean, we can try to turn a blind eye all day long. That's the problem now. That's why the rates are like they are, because we have turned a blind eye for the past 50, 60 years in this country. Probably other places too. But it's time. I'm not going to turn a blind eye to it as long as I'm here. And I was rightfully born into this world just like anybody else. So I surely have a lot to say. People don't want to hear what you have to say because it irritates their demons. It talks against the way that they choose to live their lives. And it's just so biased, because if I can't talk against the way you live your life, why in the hell are you watching mine? Because see, life is a two-way street, and if people cannot humbly respect your views about life, number one, how do they expect others to seriously and truly respect their views? So yeah, back to what I was saying. Marriage is a business in itself, right? If we're going to talk business consultations, business tips for freelancers and entrepreneurs, this has to be discussed. Going into business in yourself means it is serious business. Why? Because you have to watch everything. We've already covered segments on business insurance, business attorneys, all that type of good backing, and we're going to do more segments because you guys need to be aware of your life's wills, deeds, 401ks, IRAs, all that good stuff. But when you become an entrepreneur, you don't need to just date anybody anymore. You practically are safer not even going on dates, right? Because you care about your business that much. And if you go on a date, it's not your date's business. What's your business? You tell them an excerpt or tip. The days we live in today, it's not even their business. You never know who sent them or what their agenda is, okay? Just trying to save you guys some heartache and pain out there. Your business is literally that. Your business. You know how people tell you to mind your own business? You know where they got that from? If each and every one of us were entrepreneurs today, we'd have our own businesses to mind. And you'd be so busy with your business, you literally wouldn't have time, space, or energy to focus on anybody else's, right? Business 101 for somebody out there. Yeah. If you're really, really about your business, you don't have the time, the energy, or the space to focus on anybody else's business. But see, America has gotten so spoiled, everybody else's business. Man, why do y'all think so many celebrities are going crazy today? And their marriages are not working. And they got that status from handling their business. They were doing fine until they got married. It seems like to me. Look at Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. They're doing fine until they get married. I'm not talking against marriage. I'm just saying, watch what you do, watch who you get with. Stop rushing into it. We live in a time of independence. The whole Constitution was written to make sure that you have a right to independence. Except we're running from it. Maybe we don't understand it. But anyways, it was written and constructed to make sure that you as an individual and civilian have a right and understand your rights to independence. Which means people staying out of your business. Which means you minding your own business. Which also means that you do not have to rush into marriage because the church tells you to, because your family tells you to, because you're pushing 50 and don't have children. I say it's better to stay alone and do what you got to do before becoming a statistical rate, because this is the era, and these are the times that we're living in. Stop being so quick. Y'all know what? A lot of the people on social media in these quote-unquote beautiful relationships, it's just a fact they're being cheated on. They're being plotted against. They're being abused, all that stuff. Do not look at people's social media pictures and think they got it going on, because you don't know what they got going on. One of the worst things that could have happened to society was social media. It's my opinion, but I love social media too. It's just that we got to be careful with the tool. Just like you go use a pair of pliers, a knife, any tool that you use, you have to be careful with, right? Why would we think this is any different in the world of social media? You guys are out there posting your cars, posting that you went on a trip to San Francisco. Who cares? Who are you guys trying to impress on social media? And is this good for business? Now you're wondering how they were how they were so able to easily plot on your finances, your life, your business, right? That's why now I'm only on there for business, and I don't know how much longer that's going to be. All I do day and night is strategize ways I can market without social media. Because guess what? Before social media existed, this is how entrepreneurs marketed. They marketed themselves without social media. But we all act like we're going to die without it, right? It's so weird. So weird. So yeah, you can be the best version of yourself once you take the time out to learn yourself, know yourself, get comfortable with yourself, without a woman, without a man. I mean, because guys, seriously, even you might be by yourself so long you find out you're a weirdo. You have no business with a woman or man. But see, I respect that over you knowing you're a weirdo and still pushing yourself off on somebody. It's just not fair. You know you're a weirdo, you need to stay by yourself. Get your dog or cat, and live life the best way you can, because pushing that weirdo stuff off onto others just isn't fair. In case nobody else speaks up about it in life, I do not mind. I mean, and then being a weirdo is a choice. You figure out you're a weirdo, you spend enough time alone, you figure out you're a weirdo, it's time to get counseling. It's time to get some help. There's therapy out here for that type of stuff. And 80% of therapists, all of them should be doing this, but to my understanding, a part of the internship process of becoming a therapist is first receiving therapy. And if therapists themselves get therapy, a lot of you guys are too prideful. You got to research that. Therapists themselves get therapy. So why don't you need it again? All of us have been through something traumatic, something horrible. I'm just tired of hearing adults talk about why they stay stagnant, why they became the evil people they are, why they feel like they have a right to do what they do because of some hardship in life that we've all at some point endured, especially entrepreneurs and freelancers. So a lot of people are not looking for love, they're looking for help. Be careful out there on the dating scene, okay? Even you got people willing to marry you. They don't give twos. They will go, these days they will go as far as marrying you just to complete an assignment to abort your mission, to help abort your mission, to help stop your whole mission in life. It's funny. It's very, very funny. Yeah, guys, they'll marry you these days, have a whole baby with you, whatever, just to help stop your life. So, like I say, starting a business is serious business. You're going to have to rethink your whole life, re-strategize. And if you're not doing this, you're in a world of jeopardy trouble. I hate to use Wendy Williams as an example, but did we all not learn a lesson? The lady got locked out of her own bank account, and she's a celebrity. But, on the business side, did she just get too comfortable or what? Like, how does that happen? Right? But I'm the crazy one when I tell people, when you go into business for yourself, game time is over. Game time just starts because you're in business for yourself, but game time at the same time is over because, you'll have to relive your whole life. So anyways, guys, this is why I offer business consultations and publication consultation services for authors. Because when you're serious about your business, you might need somebody to, I hate to say vent to on the side, but a second opinion consulting on the side about things that you should and shouldn't indulge in, or maybe you're indulging in them too soon. Maybe it is for you, but you're not ready for it, or it's not ready for you. The days we live in, convenience. Everybody wants everything now. They want it now. And I don't trust those type of people. I've already talked about that on other segments. People that money is their main motivator. I'm talking to the young people out there. And ages before my time, gold diggers, what they called them, sought after a man for what he could do for her and what he possessed and all that stuff. Me, I don't trust those type of. I don't trust a man just because first of all, how do I know how you gain the status you gain? How do I know how you earn the money you earn, the home, whatever it is? You don't know what people are doing. I don't know how to get to know people before you even jump into that marriage agreement, which is a business, like I just said. See, a lot of folks can't keep up with their own business, but they're trying to jump into marriage that is a business while they're in other people's business. How does that work? I just wanted y'all to know I can come on here and have discussion type talks too, because they're needed. They're needed in society. They're needed in the workplace. They're needed in business as entrepreneurs and freelancers. I very well probably will do a part 2 to this segment because all I did is touch on the surface of what's really burning inside of me to say when it comes to how abuse has become a real problem in society. Supervisors abusing employees and employers, CEOs doing it, parents doing it to their children, husbands and wives doing it to one another, neighbors doing it to one another. It's just my main point. Abuse has become a big problem in this society. Don't look at me weird if I end up moving to the UK, England myself. Somewhere. Is it just society? Is it this country? I don't know. But abuse is like becoming the norm around this place. Every state across the nation. And it's sad. And then the people that stick up and stand up and speak about it, the most we can do about it is start a campaign and maybe get a few donations to help the victims. And then the victims are slowly silenced. So it's weird. Like who would want to live? Who would even want to live in these times and not say nothing about it? turn a blind eye as if it's not happening, because once again, I'll let you guys go do the statistical research on the topic that I am covering. But yes, abuse cases just rose at the start of the pandemic, and it's scary. You know how many families, individuals I've talked to that saw true colors emerge through something like a pandemic, of people they felt like they knew for 25, 30 years. People changed. They changed once they knew that you could possibly contract a virus and give it to them, when AIDS has been here for centuries. I don't know if it's been here for centuries. It's definitely been here for decades, right? But all of a sudden COVID comes. It's like, don't stand by me. Put your mask on. Sanitize your hands, right? Just stuff that I don't understand. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this segment, give me a like and a subscribe. And I'm going to do a part 2 to this, marriage and business part 2, because there's just a lot more to be discussed. Hey, if you got a certain level of this topic that you would like me to cover, email me at crowncontentpublications@aol.com and let me give it some thought, and I will come on here and talk about it, because I'm a talker. I can't talk to everybody on the phone every day, because, but I can talk on my channel. Thank you for your support. Don't forget, we're going to have merch soon on the www.contentcrownpublications.com website if you're interested in supporting my small business. Thank you guys for your support.